When we think of intimacy, when we think of sex, and if someone were to ask you, what is the most crucial part of making love, if you want to go to the deepest aspect of intimacy with your partner, what would you say to them? Hi, I'm David Essel, host of the XM satellite radio show, David Essel Alive. And 20-something years ago, I asked my first couple that I worked with as a master life coach what it was that was missing from their sex life, what it was that was missing. And they couldn't put their finger on it as to the exact thing that I'm going to share with you today until we did an exercise. And that is, I asked them the next time they made love to see where their eyes went. And their eyes went to the person's forehead, their eyes went to the neck, the eyes went to body parts, the eyes went everywhere but to the other person's eyes. And did you know that one of the signs of deep intimacy and love, one of the most incredible signs a couple can ever share with each other, is to be able to gaze into each other's eyes while you're making love? Now, of course, there's a joke that's going to come up here when people go, what are you, insane? My eyes roll back into my head. I'm screaming out, oh God, how am I supposed to look at my partner's eyes? And I'm saying, listen, there's 90% of the act of making love, of having sex, before the release, before the orgasm, before everything explodes and fireworks happen, right? And that's what we're talking about. If you want to go to the deepest level of intimacy with your partner, it must begin and end with the eyes. And let me share with you what I do with couples. I'll ask couples to go ahead before they ever get into bed and to create a space, a period of time on a daily basis where that they will sit and gaze into each other's eyes. I never knew how rare this was until I started doing this work a number of years ago. And with most of the couples that I work with, when it comes to deep intimacy, this is missing, this is lacking. And I don't think it's really anyone's fault. You know, it's not like our parents probably were role models in regards to intimacy and staring into each other's eyes. You see it in movies, but you don't see it in movies during the lovemaking. You don't see it in movies when people are having sex normally. So we move individuals from going and sitting across from each other and holding hands and gazing into each other's eyes for specific periods of time to bringing it into the bedroom. If you want to shatter what you conceive and what you believe to be the deepest amount of intimacy, please do this exercise. Take it slowly. Maybe start with 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds and move it up. When you can hold the gaze of your lover's eyes while in the act of sex, while in the act of making love, this is where they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. This is where you break down all barriers. This is where you're incredibly vulnerable. This is where the deepest aspect of love in the physical world takes place. When we talk about heaven on earth, we're talking about the union of the physical body and the spiritual. And that's what happens in the act of making love when you're connecting with each other's eyes. That is divinity. That is heaven on earth. That is one of the most beautiful things a couple can go to. If you've been together for 50 years or you've been together for 5 days, use this as a barometer to help each other become more open. At first, it's going to feel weird. At first, couples tell me all the time, oh my God, we've been together for X amount of time and I've never really looked in their eyes. It feels wacky. I don't like it. And that's okay. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. It just matters if you do it. When you see a couple who are brand new, when I see a couple who's brand new and they come into the office and they're looking at me like, oh my God, I've never looked at anyone in their eyes, not making love, but just in general, I know we're onto something. Now, let me tell you something else. The end result is mind-blowing. Couples that I've worked with that come back 6 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years later are amazed at how their intimacy went to such depths when they started doing this practice. Do the same. Try it. Work with it. It'll work. If I can help you in any way, visit me at talkdavid.com. Send me an email. I'd love to help you and your partner, or if you're single, help you learn how to do it on your own before you even get into a relationship. It's the most incredible aspect of love. It's the most amazing aspect of deep intimacy, and that is that eye contact while making love. And don't forget to turn into our XM satellite radio show every Saturday, 6 to 9 Eastern, 3 to 6 Pacific. And more information is at talkdavid.com. Have a beautiful day.